What's going on, people? Welcome to Saeed TV and welcome back to the Straightjacket podcast. We are here, we are live, and we're with Mr. Structure in the building. Mr. Structure, what are you telling me?
You'll never walk alone. Hold tight, Liverpool fans. Hold tight. You laughed at us. You laughed at us, and they did without Tony. They did you without Tony. They did you without Tony.
This is crazy, man. Konate in the mud. Apparently, the best defender ever, Virgil van Dijk, in the mud.
You got spun tonight. You got spun. Listen, he's still
spun,
spinning.
mate. He's still spinning.
You know that? You know the reason why they took him off? Because he needed to lie down. Look like he's been on one of those rides. You know those rides. he thought he went to play against Brentford, but I think he went on a fun fair. You know what I mean? They all went on a ride, mate. They went on a ride.
Football is a humbler. Grizz left the stadium early, man. I don't know what he was doing. He left the stadium early. You know what's crazy? He calls himself the community man, and the stadium's called the community stadium. So the community man left the community stadium. He left his duties. He left his duties at the stadium, man. Oh my God! This Premier League is a madness, man.
Yo, you know what? You need to call him right now to give a match reaction. You need to call him.
He don't want to. He don't pick up the call, man. He's not picking up. I phoned him about 10 times. He's not picking up. Oh my God!
You know what Grizz? You know what Grizz is doing? Grizz is doing. You know the people that they do it on the last day at work before. You know, for the new year, they're like out of the office till 2030. This is what it's today. Grizz is doing that now. Out of the office. Out of the office. Not available till the next 3 games. Not available till Liverpool get.
God,
so to me, you know me. A lot of bare Liverpool fans in my family, so I'm relative. So hold tight, Liverpool fans. Mate. The amount of memes that I got, the amount of things that were sent to me, and they were like Brentford. Well, you know what? Brentford just did you like that. What's your excuse?
No Ivan Toney. No Ivan Toney as well.
Exactly. They did you without Toney, mate. They said, Tony, take a seat, lad. Tony, you take a seat, lad. My guy, Missa, was like, I'll sort them out, lad. I'll sort them out.
Big testament to the manager. Same system, same ideas. We sat in Buemo. They played off each other. They were, bro, that Jensen in midfield. Brentford, I can't lie to you, man. Fair play to you, man. I thought they were going to bottle it at one point, but it's stung in there. Fabinho looks like he's, bro. When you talk about, what was that word that you say? For the old person, like an old player, what do you call it? Zimmer frame?
Zimmer frame.
Fabinho is the ultimate Zimmer frame, mate. He's like the CEO and the chairman of Zimmer frame, mate. He's 29, yeah, but he's playing like he's 39.
No, he's playing like he's ready to pick up the pension, mate. They're gonna send him a free stick. You know those free sticks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's always got his head done like that. He's always crouching like that. Yo, I don't know what's happened to that guy. I don't know
what's happened to everyone though. Grizz, Nuruddin, Chelsea. You know what I said? I said rivals are crumbling. That's my tweet right now. Rivals are crumbling. Liverpool, Chelsea. Liverpool should not have won against Leicester. Chelsea, for me, have got so many players, but Graham Potter doesn't know what he's doing at the minute. Then you've got Tottenham. And listen, I've got to give it to you. We dodged a bullet. This Antonio Conte, he's just when he goes wrong, Nuruddin, he's stubborn as hell, mate. And we definitely dodged a bullet on that one.
Well, I won't mind. My guy's making it out like he's Pochettino, who never spent that much money. My guy spent 50 million at the beginning of the season. How much money did they? And they got bare players on a free transfer. They got 3 players on a free. So my guy, they signed 7, 8 players, and my guy's moaning. We signed 5, mate. You signed 7 or 8 players. You signed, and you're moaning. Nah, mate. Hold tight.
Yeah.
Hold tight.
So what are you making?
Never. I don't know about the rest. You just got to hold tight. You have to hold it. That's what you need to do.
Crazy.
Hold tight. You'll never.
Aye.
Hold tight. That's what they have. I can't remix it, but it's hold tight, mate. Forget
Hold
about
tight,
walk
man.
alone. You'll never
I'm
walk
telling
alone.
you.
You know what? You'll never. You definitely have to hold it tight. Forget never. You definitely have to hold it tight, mate.
But listen, man, this is the Premier League table. Arsenal are top. You know, what I mean, due merit. I mean, like I said, they deserve to be top. Man City have not looked the best this season. They're on 36 points. Newcastle have had an amazing season. Only one loss. They're on 34 points. Man United 32. We win tomorrow. We go. I think it's 5 or is it 6 points clear of. So we're 2 points clear of them right now. We could go 5 points clear of Tottenham with the win if Tottenham lose on Wednesday. Liverpool, look at this, man.
Who's play on Wednesday?
Wednesday. We play ahead of them. So we can create a 5
Who
point
did
gap.
they play on Wednesday? Who did they play on Wednesday?
Crystal Palace away, man. Vieira. Whoa. Vieira. Whoa. He gives it a ball. And
Vieira. Oh.
I'm telling you, man. Look, this is madness.
Saeed, I can't get too giddy because I need to know if the bottle jobs are going to turn up tomorrow or not.
They will turn up tomorrow. Come on, Nuruddin, man. It's Bournemouth, man.
Listen, I'm telling
Bournemouth,
you.
look where they are.
We're going to be doing that. You know what? We are, you know what? Big up, listen, big up to you, Saeed, but we're doing a bit of the, we're going to be talking about a bit about striker, but also we're going to be doing, the preview tonight as well, obviously now. So we'll do some of the preview. So let me just let people know. We are live, man. People. We are live. Hit that link.
But yeah, you know what, man? Like I said, right now everything's working in Ten Hag's favour. It's about time United had a bit of luck, you know, because I've always felt with United, like things haven't gone our way in the last couple of years. It's been dire. But I feel like right now things are going our way, and that kind of like positive environment we've been in right now, it brings you luck. And it's one of them situations where we're fortunate now. Rivals are crumbling, Nuruddin. Rivals at the minute right now. We're winning our games.
Crumble.
You know what I mean, though? We're winning our games, last-minute winners, etc., etc., winning our home games. When people can say it's only Forest, it's only Wolves, but at the same time, last year we were losing them games. At home, remember Watford at home? We're losing them games.
Last season, we draw that game or we lose.
Exactly. Yeah. But it feels different now. It feels like there's a bit of like the mentality is shifting now. There's a feeling that, you know what, we're going to win this game. We're going to go for it. It's a mentality shift, massive. And they're resilient. They're not looking to concede now. Normally, they concede one goal, they capitulate. We concede one goal now, we're back on it. And this is what we love about United right now. It's got to keep up the momentum. You know what I mean, bro? Yeah, so I just feel like right now...
Like for me, there can't be a greater opportunity tomorrow to go, 5 points clear of Liverpool?
Tottenham.
Or 5 points clear.
7 clear of Liverpool. 7 clear of Liverpool.
7 clear of Liverpool because we've got tough games coming up, innit? We've got Arsenal and City coming up. So we're able to give us some bit of cushion between those games, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But you know what? Bottle tied, but we still have bottle job tendencies. I'm sorry to say.
Okay. So what's your idea of bottle job tendencies, yeah? We win Bournemouth tomorrow. We go into Man City and Arsenal, 2 tough games. I'm not gonna lie to you. I look at that Man City game, and I think for me, we should be going to aim to win that game at home. Manchester derby, we're up for it. We battle, we compete.
We need revenge. It's got to be revenge. For the ball job owe us for what they did.
Yeah.
If Everton can get a draw against them, if Everton can do that, we can see the 6 at the Etihad. We've got to get the points at home, mate.
At home,
go for it.
And like I said, we didn't have Casemiro that day. I think we were playing McTominay and that. Be a different United team from that day. So again, for me, it's got to be a fight back. And then obviously Arsenal will be Arsenal, and that will be a very, very tough game. You know what I mean? But like I said, it all depends on what Man United do as well. Look at this January transfer window. And by the way, there's over 400 of you in the chat right now. Please smash the like button. It doesn't cost you a penny. But we are going to talk about the title of the video, and it's to do with Joao Felix. Man United are in for Joao Felix, but there's a big, big cost, man. And I don't know about this, you know. This is crazy, man. So Atletico Madrid ready to loan Joao Felix. Man United and Arsenal, main contenders at present. both expressing firm interest in a 23-year-old forward, but not at nowhere near 21 million euro package. Atletico Madrid currently want 15 million euro fee. That's just the fee, and 6 million wages for 6 months. Bro, have you ever seen this, by the way? Have you ever encountered a fee like this? I don't even think the Falcao one was that fee. We didn't pay anything for Falcao. Was it 8 million we paid for Falcao in terms of the loan?
Yeah. But you know how much Inter Milan paid for? Like, I think they're taking him on a 4-year or 3-year loan deal, if I'm not mistaken. I think they only paid something like 6 million or something like that. Like, that's a 3-year loan. He cost 100 million. 100 million. Chelsea bought him for 100 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 100 million, Saeed. And they loaned him for 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody can correct me in the comment. But they loaned him for 3 years, Lukaku, for 6 million, if I'm not mistaken, as a fee. And then pay his wages.
So why is it, again, this is what I'm saying, Man United, obviously, we always have to pay more. It's one of them situations where it's unfortunate, but at the same time, you know, Kevin Diaz says here, I was with it for 8 million, but not for this. For this, I'm not so sure. This is what I mean. For 8 million euro, for the 8 million price, I was with it because I was like, you know what? It's Ronaldo's wages there. It's a loan fee. 8 million doesn't sound too bad. But this one, plus the add-ons, it gets a bit too much. But again, Nuruddin, there's no one else out there. United don't have the money. United, at the minute, Nuruddin, don't have the money. So we can't really do anything, can we, at the minute?
No, sorry, I'm not gonna lie to you, innit? Listen, there's no the ownership in sight. Man United are broke as an absolute joke. The Glazers will never put money, will never put anything in their hands, in their pockets to you know what I mean, to help out the club. They're never gonna do that, and it is what it is, man. We're gonna have to. To me, Saturday showed me. Sorry, Saturday, it was Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
More than any other time, when I looked at that bench, I was like, just Rashford to come and make a difference. Man United need a striker, Saeed. Man United have had 7 months. Saeed, we've had 6 or 7 months. We knew in May that Ronaldo wanted to leave, and I told you, and I told people in here, Saeed TV Straightjacket podcast, we need to sign a striker whether Ronaldo stayed or not.
Yeah, facts.
Man United need a striker, and I can't imagine the fans are just chilling. Like, it's just mad. People are just like, relax. I'm like, are you kidding me, guys? Have you seen? We're in the Europa League, we're in the League Cup, we're in FA Cup kicks off, and then league back-to-back games are happening right, left, and centre. So what the hell? And this is going to be continuous month after month, intensity. Where are we? And I looked at Martial's performance. I put the tweet out saying I thought it was the worst performance of the season. Me personally,
can I tell you something about Martial that you didn't see? I was at the game, and Martial, you don't see it on the camera, but he was holding his Achilles. Sorry.
My guy is probably scared of getting injured, Saeed.
And this is what the manager's trying to do, though. He's not going to play him for the full 90 minutes anymore. He's not. He's going to have to be a 60-minute.
That's why we need a striker. We need a striker ASAP, Saeed. ASAP.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you got to realize, that at this minute, you know, Martial cannot be relied on. He can't be relied on. Unfortunately, he hasn't got the physical attributes anymore to kind of last the 90 minutes. It's a slow progress for him.
He cannot be relied on. And for me, that was his worst performance in a United shirt. I said that. I said it honestly. Because, you know me, I talk about the hold-up play all day, every day. I chew your ears off. And anybody who wants to listen to me about how this team, for me personally, this team literally needs somebody to hold up the ball, to give us the outlet who can hold the ball, bring the midfielders into play, bring our wide guys into play, and knit the defense and the midfield and the attack together in terms of the two centre-halves pushing up the pitch. Yeah.
The thing is, some people are saying that he's lost his yard of pace. Like I said, he's more to him though. It wasn't necessarily the pace that was his kind of biggest attribute. It's his acceleration and his kind of he's running with the ball. He's dribbling. He's direct dribbling, running at you, and that's where he kind of built his acceleration. Right now, he hasn't got that in him. And I think right now, when you're a defender now, all you have to do is just go tight to him and just kind of block any. So when he then tries to control the ball in the halfway line to kind of bring others into play, defenders are quick on him, and he hasn't got that quick burst of pace anymore. You know what I mean?
You know what it is? I say when you're not fit, things don't come to you. Obviously, that's what I'm saying to you. And that's why I tell people when you're at the game, you see things that you don't usually see. Do you know what I mean? You see things that you don't usually see. And for me, none of his, I think he held up the ball once. He pressed once and he held up the ball once, like in the game of like 60, 70 minutes. That's disgraceful for the striker, where United dominated the possession. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We know that playing for Man United is a graveyard shift. Yeah. I thought Anthony was woeful as well.
I disagree. I don't think he was woeful. I think he was better than what he was at Forest.
So his end product was woeful. I think he got better in the second half defensively.
Second half, yeah.
But in terms of up top, where it matters, his decision making. Like twice he jumped out of the way of the keeper. Right? He could have. If the keeper brings him down there, that could be a red card. Like he jumps out of the way, and the second time he jumps out of the way again. And if the keeper touches him before he even touches the ball, that's a penalty. But he's like, oh, I don't want to get injured. I'm like, what are you doing, lad? You're in the Premier League now, mate. You have to go in. You have to go in 50-50, mate.
Yeah, that's facts, you know.
So for me, we'll see in it. Like Bournemouth, he come out. He's going to react to it. He just got the job, my guy, at Bournemouth. I finally got the job. And he said he came out after their game when they lost 2-0 the other night, innit? He said that's the worst they've played since he's been there, since he became caretaker. So we're going to look for a reaction. Again,
they're down and out, man. They're down and out.
Listen, tomorrow night, it's about that first 20 minutes goal. It's about that. It's about if you get the goal in the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes, then the game could be ours. But if that goal, the longer the goal don't come, Saeed, the more they'll get more to something to fight for, something to hold on to. And we've got to get an early goal tomorrow.
Big up to Claire, big up to everybody who's watching right now. Smash like on the video, people. That's the worry, the fact that our goal difference is only +4. That's very worrying. We love the 1-0s. We love the last-minute winners, but we need to score more. Nottingham Forest was a start in terms of getting 3-0. This is another one. I want 3 or 4-0 against Bournemouth. We need to get the goal difference up. We can't be doing this kind of, 1 goal, 2-1. It needs to be high goal. We need to be clinical.
If you looked at the amount of chances we've created this season, right? If any of you guys have seen the amount of chances we create, for the chances we create to the goal conversion is absolutely disturbing. It's disgusting. Yeah. It's absolutely woeful. Yeah. Like it's hard for me to imagine. Saeed, now when United players go through, what it's like. He's gonna miss anyway. I expect him to miss.
I know we're not clinical. We're not clinical.
I don't jump up and get excited. I'm like, oh, okay, it's a miss anyway. So if you looked at the amount of chances we make in all these games, the chance that we convert is woeful.
Garnacho should have done better first half, that chance. Garnacho should have done better. You're right, though. You're right. And I think for me, that is an element. We don't have killers. You know what I mean? We don't have killers in that midfield, in that strike force. Rashford is. Don't get me wrong. Rashford's doing his thing. But we can't be relying on Rashford because what happens then when you override Rashford? Then the injuries start to come into play, and then you kind of it's not good. I think right now
it's on a hot streak at the moment, but that could come to an end any time.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Zamias is saying here, Nuruddin also smashing teams. You are relying on Rashford. If he gets injured, you become mid-level team.
Zamias, what happened to Saliba? Gifting goals as usual, eh?
Saliba. What's happened to Saliba? Yeah,
Saliba
exactly.
Eating grass. I seen him eating grass the other day. I seen him turn into a sheep, mate. 1 minute.
Him and Konate, mate, eating grass, man. That's why they're on the bench for France.
I know you talk about. It's crazy.
Big up to Shah says, big up my big six, bro. Felix like a United, not an Arsenal signing. I don't know what it is. Nuruddin, yeah. Ten Hag keeps talking about the right striker, the right player. Do you know what he has in mind? Because I don't know. We're not linked with anyone. Like, Thuram is not the answer, Nuruddin. Thuram is not the answer. We're linked with Moani today, but that's bullshit for me, that Moani guy. We're not buying a guy who's worth 60 million. We're not. It's not going to happen. So we need something. But I don't know what Ten Hag striker, what is he looking for? Because we're not linked with anyone. Who's that? How many players on loan?
Listen, at 9 o'clock on the Straightjacket, on the United Real Therapy podcast, we're going to be doing a match review, the match preview, and also talking about possible like 20 million or a loan. We're going to be looking at those strikers, and the two guys I mentioned. One's you asked me the other day, Abubakar. He's better than Igalo. I'm sorry.
But he's staying in. He's not going to leave. Play with Ronaldo to come to Man United. It's not.
Listen, to play in the Premier League, to have that. Listen, he can go back and play with Ronaldo. Have you seen the length of Ronaldo's contract? Hold tight, Piers Morgan. By the way, Piers Morgan was telling us that he's got Champions League teams. Champions League teams chasing him. Champions League teams chasing him, man. Honestly. Hold tight, man. Listen, I've never watched.
We don't have money, though. We don't have money. How much would Bobakar be? It'd probably be about 10, 15 million.
Listen, it's a loan, 6 months loan. 6 months loan.
They're going to keep him, man.
Saeed, the other guy, it's the guy, Yusufi.
Mukoko.
Yeah, right? And apparently you can get him for 20 million because he's free in the summer. He's not signing a contract. He's not signing a Dortmund contract. He's not signed it.
You know, let me ask you a question though.
Everybody told us at the end of last year, before the World Cup, he's definitely going to sign this contract. Yeah, right. He's not signed the contract. And you know what? He's got how many months? And now he can talk to Premier League teams. He can talk to teams outside of the Bundesliga.
So, before I say that, Saying says nothing wrong. Saliba being a sheep today. Anyone can identify as anything. You're right. You are right on that one. Anybody can identify as anything, mate. You know what I mean? But let me ask. But you're saying that Man United have money then, so you're going back to your old.
No, what I'm saying is that. Well, listen. The money that Man United has saved now. So Ronaldo till the end of the season, when he left in November, we've now saved 17 million. In wages. Yeah. So if you add another, let's say, if you add another 3 to that, that's Ronaldo's wages. That enough should get it. And then obviously we're gonna have to cover the wages. For me, I'd rather get Felix, who's not a striker. He's not a striker, he's a forward. He's not a striker. He's more of a number 10 than he is anything else. He's not a central guy, right? So rather than get him for 5 months on loan, for that 20 million, go and get the kid. Go and get them Mukoko. Go and get him. Get him because that's how much he'll cost. And for me, he's got. I've scouted him a bit. He's got loads of gravity. He can hold the ball. He's got one double left foot. He can only get better with good coaching. He's got pace. And you know the transitions are mad in the Premier League as well. The way United play quickly.
Course. Eric Ten Hag is desperate to bolster his attacking options this month, but uncertainty created by Glazer's attempt to sell the club and last summer's overspend mean my money is tighter than the manager hoped. Let me ask you a question though. Is it a good diversion tactic though that the Glazers have used to say that, you know what, we're going to sell the football club, so that means we might not have the money, so that means we are going to sell the club, so you at least be happy about that. Like, is that the situation that they've created right now? Like, we then should bite the bullet and bite our tongue because at the end of the day, we're getting sold next summer, etc., etc. Should we? Is that the forward thinking of that? Is that what we're trying to say?
It's absolutely ridiculous what they're doing, mate. And you know what? If you're anybody who's buying this football club, Saeed, then what the hell are you doing? Why don't you give them and say, listen, I'll give you 100 million less. Let's get the players that we need club now to get into the Champions League. If you're going to be a new buyer, and apparently Saeed, it's like these journalists know something, but they're not coming out and saying it because they're all saying it's going to be a quick sale. That means then, Saeed, all of the paperwork's been done. If it's going to be a spring sale, right, May or March, yeah, then that means all the paperwork's been done. So whoever's taking over this football club, if they are, I don't believe it. If they are, right, I don't believe it. By the way, I have to see it to believe it. If they are, so why don't they go? Right, here's 100 million. Well, 100 million here, and we'll get, we'll add it onto when we buy the
exactly. Yeah. We'll add it onto when we buy it.
Yeah. Just go and get the thing. Go and get the players. Back the manager in January. But I know all of that is BS, Saeed. I don't believe Man United are being bought. I'm telling you, I don't believe it. I do not buy it. And all it is another excuse the Glazers can use. It's another. Saeed, I didn't say it. You didn't say it. No United fan said it. There's a Swiss firm here. There's a company in Switzerland that looks at football transfers. Manchester United overspent by, have a guess, how much money that overspent by in the summer?
I don't know, 100 million?
77 million.
There you go.
Man United overspent 77 million. So, and I repeat for the people at the back, Man United overspent by 77 million. Anthony, I'm sorry to say, he's got potential, but he ain't worth 85 million. No,
but that's not his fault. That's not his fault, by the way. That's
that's not his fault. That's not Ten Hag's fault. It's the
club.
Dumb. Oh, I can't even swear, can I? It's those dumb, absolute imbeciles, right? Murta and Richard Arnold and the Glazers. Joe Glazer, Richard Arnold, and these absolute muppets, yeah? That could have had him, Saeed, with add-ons and everything. 60, 55, 60.
Max.
At the most, 65, yeah? We could have had Lisandro Martinez. At the most, 45, 50. With add-ons, 50, right? Could have got Casemiro, Saeed, for 50 million. He would have come because nobody else would have offered him 5-year contract. But with add-ons, it's 70 million. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Zamiasi said, I asked the same question, Nuruddin, on the Webby O'Neill channel. New owners can't do that till they buy the club. This is the tricky situation. What's their ambition? You know, by the way, I seen John Murto on Saturday, and I did ask the question. I said, "What's going on? Any potential on the Glaze ownership and whatnot?" And then I was like, "What's going on, striker?" Just literally blanked me. And by the way, Richard Arnold, yeah, he had about 5 security around him, man.
Of course,
this guy's heavily protected, you know.
Of course,
heavily protected. But Murto came on his own. Down from the road.
Nobody recognizes that muppet.
Nobody recognized him.
Only people who deeply deek it like us recognize him. Nobody else is gonna recognize him. It's a Scouser anyway. He'll never speak to you because the Scouse accent will come out.
Yeah. We got basically it said the feeling that is Man United will go for a cheap option due to insufficient funds.
And that's why I'm saying about Abubakar. Give Abubakar a chance to play in the Premier League just for 5 months. He can hold up the ball, Saeed. He can hold up the ball. And he's lethal in the air. Get that ball in, he's lethal in the air, mate.
You know what it is? It's just, I don't know, man.
Saeed, listen, that's what they're doing, though. They're broke, right? So, to me, I don't want Phoenix. He's not a striker. I want
Felix. I want Felix over Abubakar. I want Felix over Abubakar.
I'm not going to lie to you. We're still going to look the same. Where nobody can look the same.
We've got Ten Hag, man. We've got Ten Hag.
Listen,
what did Ten Hag do to Tadic? Was Tadic a striker?
Listen, Saeed, that's with time. No, let me explain. Listen, let me explain to you now. Let me explain the difference. You're playing for Ajax. You're going to win majority of the games because you're the top team. There's nobody big like competing with you the most. Let me finish the point. In the Premier League, you've got back-to-back games. You're battling for top 4. It's going to swing and roundabouts. You need somebody who can hold the ball up for you to relieve the pressure from the midfield. And we already know we're deficient because, I'm sorry, when I deeply look at it, Eriksen and Casemiro can't play together. They can't. I'm sorry, they can't. Listen, you saw it there. You saw it second half.
He needs a rest, Eriksen.
You saw it. So what I'm saying to you, we need somebody who can hold up the ball, or Casemiro is going to be left on his own in midfield because the transitions are in the Premier League. The transitions are almost as quick as in the Bundesliga. So what you're talking about is right, but that is a long-term thing where you turn a player. We've only got Phoenix. We're only going to have for 5 months. We need somebody, Saeed, who can come, hold the ball up right now to relieve the pressure, get our 2 centre halves up the pitch, and squeeze the game. We need that. We did. Felix ain't that guy. I'm sorry, he ain't that guy. He
Who knows? You're underestimating the manager and what he's capable of doing as well.
No, and the other thing for me is that the only thing I would say yes to Felix if he can play on the right. If he can be an inverted right winger. As he plays an inverted right winger? No, he plays off the left. So what's the difference between him and Gakpo? Because he plays off the left as well. He plays off the left. When he plays off the left. Or in this false 9 business. And in that league, everybody's technical. They don't ask you to hold the ball up.
I think holding the ball up is one side of the game. I think
the way Man United play, the way we play, that is fundamental. And that's why I tweeted out Martial was the worst performance in a Man United shirt. Why? Why did I tweet out? Because other than maybe Skogo, the most important thing Martial is to this team is when he get that ball to feet, is holding the ball to feet.
But the thing is as well, what about the other side of the game though? He might hold the ball, but he didn't get crossing off into the box quick enough. He couldn't, his explosion wasn't there. One side of the game, though, he didn't.
But I'm saying to you, but I'm talking about in terms for the team. You've seen it. The relief that gives that moments for players to get in position.
What about Pep Guardiola? Pep Guardiola, he has who does he have up front sometimes?
Pep Guardiola. How many years has Pep Guardiola been in England? Listen, let me say something to you now. Listen, if you will be right? If Ten Hag has been here for 2 years already, I would say, yeah, get whatever he wants and then we'll sign. Then he could. He has not been here. He's been here for 6 months. So at this moment in time, Man United, we were broke, right? Pay for that 20 million. Go and get a kid who already plays, who's already knows how to play on the transitions, who already knows how to hold up the ball, right? Naturally. Because
What about Depay?
Nah, mate, because they're all out wide. They're not central. The only kid is that what's his name?
For Holland, though, for Netherlands, he played up front. He played well.
Don't look at international football. Don't look. He's so slower than it is.
It's a principle, though. It's a principle.
No, but listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. The person who actually surprisingly holds up the ball really well when it's up the pitch is Bergwijn, really more than Depay. Stephen Bergwijn did that for Holland when he was on the pitch. He was bullying people, backing into people. For me, this Yusafi kid from Dortmund, right? He can hold up the ball. Abubakar can hold up the ball. We need somebody who can hold the ball. Because you've seen it, and I'm not gonna lie to you, you saw it yourself. Eriksen is playing like with 10 men when he's in that, when the way he plays. The way that, and Casemiro, and you see how many times Casemiro got ghosted past by that young guy. He was
overrunning the field. The second half, he was amazing. Second half.
Listen, his position incredible. But there was times in that game.
Eriksen is a rest, man. He needs a rest.
Listen, there were times even the centre.
No, man. Why are you doing this, man?
I swear to God, where the centre half, yeah, ran past Casemiro.
Chill out, man. Chill out. Well, you just want to run your agendas, innit? You love to run your agendas, innit? You love to run with it.
You know why? Because I was thinking about chatting to you about it, and I was laughing. And my neighbor was like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just thought about something because that came into my." What's the left foot centre half called for Wolves? Left foot is centre half.
I know what you mean. Max Kilman.
Yeah, listen. He dropped the shoulder. Yeah. Casemiro's like that. Casemiro like that.
Yo, listen, leave Casemiro alone, man. One bad mistake there.
Listen, Saeed. At Crystal Palace, against Nottingham Forest, incredible, and I'm here to say that. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, by the way, you need to apologise, innit?
Listen, this is where I am. Yeah, against Nottingham Forest, absolutely superb. I have not seen a midfielder dominate a game like that at Old Trafford since like the Roy Keane. Do you understand? Regardless, whatever the team is, whether it's a championship team, whether it's a cup game, whatever, I have not seen a midfield domination like that by one player since Roy Keane, prime Roy Keane, Paul Ince. Like, I've not seen that. And I put my hands, I say it, right? I've not seen it. I've not seen it since Hargreaves. You know what I mean? Where he's just everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
Against Nottingham Forest, I swear to God, I was like, how many Casemiros on the football pitch?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, because he was everywhere, right? You go away from home, and I see Eriksen's like the biggest slug you will ever see in your life. And you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. You know I'm always on Fred, yeah? Because I'm always like, what Fred is turning up? Fred from Stoke or Fred from flicking Brazil, right? And when he came on, just by his energy, just by his energy, Saeed, bam, the game turns on our favour again.
I feel like when the game is being dictated, when the game is dictating and etc., yeah, I feel like Eriksen is superb. But when the game is like, you have to press, you have to, what do you call it? You have
to fight, you have to hustle. You have to hustle.
You have to hustle. And I don't think he comes out quick enough. He stays too deep. Get out, press, move out. Again, what did I say? What do you call it? About Eriksen being deployed this season. I've always said from day one, Eriksen shouldn't be the main guy. He should be a guy who's rotated, brought in when we need him. We should have bought an extra midfielder. Like, because Johnny had a big time there. We should have bought an extra midfielder.
Saeed, we should have.
That could have been De Jong.
Saeed, I'm a midfield player, a right back, and a striker. I said it on the Straightjacket podcast. I said it 3 months ago. In January, Man United. I said it 4 months ago, actually. I said in January, Manchester United need to go and back this manager. A midfield player, a striker, and a right back.
Yeah, 100%, man. Smokey says, Nuruddin, I can't trust you. You said Casemiro lost it.
Nah, you know what? Most of the people do not understand what is called nuance analysis. I said the guy can't get around the ground. And if you open your eyes, you could see that. The guy, for me, game by game, his positions has been amazing. To me, if you put somebody else next to him, he would even look better.
We need a ball carrier. We need a ball carrier, man.
Yeah, majority of times, I'm not going to lie to you, he gets absolutely swarmed in that midfield because Eriksen's not there. Eriksen's not there. And I've been saying it all season. So if you don't know what a nuance analysis is, I'm sorry. The guy, for me, is 30 years old. Man United gave him a 5-year contract. I said it and I explained it from day one. I said, this is PTSD because that's what we do at this club. We give people who are not at the top of their game. And the thing about Casemiro as well, the biggest thing is when centre-halves are taking the ball past you and you're stuck like on a treadmill, I can get that game. Whoever, follow me on Twitter, right? And I'll send you that clip twice, 3 times.
You know,
running past him.
I think for me, I think Casemiro is perfect in that CDM role, but I think we need a ball carrier.
But we also need somebody who can chase people, who can chase and hustle people.
A ball carrier and an almost like Enzo Fernandez for me would have been perfect as well, but obviously he's gonna be going to what do you call it, Chelsea. Exactly. I think the deal is close, but we need someone in that midfield because De Jong isn't giving us what we need at the minute. Let's be real. De Jong is not going to give us what we need. There isn't Fred. For me, Fred, with what he lacks, he also has something to gain. So what you kind of get from him is pressing. But in terms of getting the ball out and kind of making passes and dictating play, he doesn't give you that. So you're always going to give and you're going to lose something.
So you know what I mean? Casemiro's good at passing the ball and he can run with the ball and he's also hustling. He can help out. He can help out Casemiro. He would be perfect.
But he keeps persisting with Eriksen, though, the manager.
Because he needs a ball player in it from deep in it. Somebody who can play the passes. But
Caicedo would be beautiful. Caicedo would be amazing.
Exactly. Listen, I said Caicedo's the guy. He can run. He runs all day. And Casemiro, he will make Casemiro breathe a little bit. He doesn't have to extend himself and sell himself all the time.
All the time. You're right. Exactly.
Because all the times, Casemiro has to sell himself, and then people are running out of back foot because Eriksen just runs back. He just runs back. I'm like, what are you doing?
We need a dominant side. Yeah, exactly. We need a dominant side. This is a good point. We need a dominant side when Eriksen.
The balance is not for the amount of passes that he gives us to dictate the game. We haven't got the balance, and I'm sorry, Casemiro times gets exposed because the biggest thing is exposing is his lack of pace, and I said that from day one. He's sometimes late into tackles because he's not that quick across the ground. And the Premier League, you can't hide in the Premier League. It's fast, 100 miles an hour. It's not La Liga where they tick-a-tacker. Every team can tick-a-tacker you and beat you with passes. It's easier to read passes, Saeed, than to read people who are running at you all the time.
There was a rumor today that De Jong has changed his mind, apparently.
Saeed,
But again, that's all just rumors at the minute. Unless we get new owners, I'm not thinking about
listen, on United Real Therapy, we're going to name and shame. And we're going to name and shame the evening news as well. Because that is ridiculous. To go along with that rumor, they're all reporting it. It's absolutely laughable. It's some absolute muppets, clickbaiters in it. We call it, you know what we do now? And I said, we name and shame people, the clickbaiters name. That's what we do. Using Man United's name. And it's embarrassing. The guy does not want to come to Man United. He's happy at Barcelona. He is happy. He bought a house.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. You know, like I said, I think in terms of the attack, we've still got Sancho to come back. You know, hopefully he comes back in good health, good physical health, good mental health as well. Hopefully he comes back fit and firing. He's now back in training, one-to-one training with at least at first team training. So that's a good thing. And obviously, you know, I mean, we just need a bit more, you know, bit more depth, man. Because I'm looking at everyone here and I'm thinking Chelsea have got a little bit of a depth going on. They bought in that Fofana. They got pure depth. It's just that they can't really use it. We don't really have depth.
Saeed, Chelsea can play Havertz as a striker, Aubameyang, and then they got the Albanians, the Albanian or Armenian, whatever.
No, they got Fofana as well. Fofana's in there as well. The one that they bought from Mulder. The striker that they bought from Mulder, Fofana. They bought a Fofana.
And then the kid from Southampton, what's his name?
Yeah, but he's out long-term injury, Long-term
Is he out? Is he out? Okay, did he get injured?
Yeah, long-term injury, yeah.
Okay, well, so they got three players. Three players. Who can we play? And they've got bare wingers. They can play different wingers out wide.
We're literally strong in most departments, apart from that one guy who's going to score us the goals. Our Achilles heels, we might not lose games. We might draw a lot of games because we don't have a striker to finish off the goals. That's my worry. Defensively, I'm not worried. Midfield-wise, okay, but there's options. Donny van der Beek, McTominay, Fred, they're not the best, but they're options. We're not light in the midfield. Like Liverpool, if you look at Liverpool's midfield, it's awful. Like, you know, Fabinho, them, bro, awful. When you look at Newcastle, again, I think they've got a good chemistry. It just depends on whether they burn out. Again, we don't know what's going to happen with them. But for us, all we need right now is a striker. Wan-Bissaka's revived, and you have to give credit to Wan-Bissaka. Fair play. But all that's missing right now is a bloody flipping striker. I'm not saying we're strong in midfield. I'm not saying that, but it could be worse. That's all I'm saying. It could be worse.
You know what? We're not strong in defense either because if Varane gets injured, Mario Maguire's in there or Lindelof.
This is why Luke Shaw has become a great asset now. Luke Shaw at centre back has become an asset. Now you've got Malacia that can play left back, and then you've got Luke Shaw who can be deployed there.
So you can see us playing with two like Martinez and Luke Shaw at the back.
No, it'll be sometimes Varane and then obviously Lindelof and Luke Shaw. Listen, centre back right now, we're not getting a centre back. There's no point looking at.
No, but what I'm saying to you is that you know that like we are like away. Hopefully, we'll see how Martinez is when he plays. I hope he plays tomorrow. I hope he starts tomorrow.
Yeah. Pick up Owinski with the super chat. Goes, a 30-year-old Casemiro was never the answer. He's quick solution to help us thrive in a short term, but never to survive in the long term.
And that's what I said.
I disagree slightly because at the end of the day, short term and long term, there has to be a crossover between the two, long term and short term. I think long term is when you're looking at past 5 years. I get it, it's 30, but I still think we can win in the next 3 or 4 years. United can win some trophies.
Well, we need to get legs around him, Saeed. One thing we need to
do is this is where it's part of the plan. Of course.
We need to get legs around him. Because
like I said, man.
Listen, his intelligence and positional play are fantastic. I have never doubted that. I've doubted his legs. I have.
Yeah. But again, like I said.
And if you're really genuinely honest with yourself, you know what I'm talking about. You know,
You know what's crazy about Casemiro is that we don't actually have a CDM to replace him. You know, that's crazy, isn't it? Like when you actually look at it, like normally,
if he gets injured, we're effed.
We're basically back to McTominay and Fred. That's the one thing I look at. I think, you know what? Why have we? Even though we play with a double pivot, we don't have a like for like CDM. Like other teams have one. Felix, that one. You know, even with Partey, they've still got El Neni and Lukonga. You know, with Newcastle, they've still got a couple of midfield. Chelsea have got Jorginho. They've got, you know, this. They
got Kova.
They got Culver. They got, you know, they've got something. And like I said, McTominay isn't the answer. But right now, you know, we're listen. Right now, it's good in Man United. We're on a momentum. You know, we're seeing to get in the kind of the look right now. Other teams are not thriving at the minute. It feels like right now it's all good. You know, and we just need to build on this. Tomorrow night, under the lights, I want to see a win and get out of there, mate. I do not want to see us mess around. Tomorrow, get the win and get out, mate. Because any idea that Liverpool and Chelsea think like, oh, United drop points, I will be fuming tomorrow if we drop points. Fuming. Get the win, get out of Manchester, then go into that Manchester derby and we'll be pumped up. Old Trafford will be rocking for that Manchester derby, Nuruddin. You know that, right? It'll be rocking. It'll be absolutely rocking. Go into that Manchester derby, beat them, and then you go into Arsenal game, and you know what? The confidence is there because you're just beating Man City. So it's one of them, man. Martinez CDM. Oh, that's an option, you know, as well. Martinez CDM. Would you play that CDM? He did play there. He did play there, though. He did play there for what do you call it?
No, he did. But you know what? I'd rather him play through the back, though, Saeed. I want to move him, but only as an emergency, though, innit? Only as an emergency. So I understand that's why finding Luke Shaw can actually play centre half is decent. You know what I mean? It's a decent thing, but we'll have to see.
Tomorrow, 7 points clear Liverpool and 5 clear of Spurs. I think I'm not even looking at Chelsea because Chelsea are so far away from us. I'm not looking at them. But that feeling, Nuruddin, is madness. And would you have ever thought that at the start of the season, Nuruddin?
You know what, Saeed? I'm not gonna get giddy. You know what? I'll talk about this.
Nuruddin, you don't have to get giddy without being.
Listen. You know what? Listen. After we get past Arsenal and City, then I'll talk to you about.
Oh my God!
I'm not gonna talk to you now.
And then you're just gonna say, "I told you so." After that,
I'm not gonna say. Well, I'm not gonna say I told you so. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just saying to you. To me, it might not be.
What do you expect for them 2 games? What do you expect for 2 games?
If it's still 7 points after Man City and Liverpool, then you can get giddy. Then you got the permission. I'll give you one of the giddy cards back. I'll give it to you, even though it's too early still. I'll give you one of the cards back.
Okay, if you beat Man City, do you get giddy?
Yeah, because the confidence will be huge with this team. Because
you get giddy about the season.
Yeah, because you know what? Listen, I'll get giddy any derby win, regardless where we are. Are you kidding me? So I can walk around, mate. I can come in the building and go, "Who are ya? Who are ya?"
Yeah. Can we take a moment to pray for LFC? RIP. Listen, man. You know what? I was thinking Liverpool after 4 or 5 games on the bounce, they were on it. But Leicester, they got lucky. This game, they deserved to get beat. They got absolutely pumped. Everyone's drop-off has been madness. It feels like the top 4 race of like a couple of seasons ago. Remember when everyone was losing the game? And like nobody deserved the top 4. What was that season? Was it the season before or?
Yeah. I remember where everybody wasn't capitalizing and everybody was dropping points.
Yeah.
And we were doing that. Remember United? Remember, we had all our rivals drop points and then we never capitalized.
Yeah. What do you make of Arsenal?
On fire, mate.
For me, I said it to the people. I don't think it'll hurt me if Arsenal.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. No, it won't. Like I said, I've said it. I want Arsenal to win the league just to mess it up, mate. Because we'll be coming up. City have turned the Premier League into the German league, mate. Farmers League.
German league, yeah, exactly. And I think ultimately, you know, they deserve to win it. Arsenal, when you look at the season that they've had, the City to win 3 in a row.
I mean, it's incredible. They've never been this many points in this start of the season ever in their history.
Ever.
So it's incredible. It's incredible.
It's incredible, man. And like I said,
For me, listen,
what's happening now?
Now that the FA Cup started, now that the League Cup is still going, can Newcastle withstand playing twice a week? You know what I mean? 3 times and stuff like that.
Newcastle tomorrow will be interesting. If they win tomorrow, I'm going to be like, fuck.
Are they playing Arsenal tomorrow?
Yeah, they're playing Arsenal away. If they lose that, because they have to win. If Arsenal lose that game, it's back to 4 points. If Man City win Chelsea, back to 4 points. And then they've got to play them twice. Play them twice at the top of the league.
Listen, we know Man City are beating Chelsea. We know that already. We know that.
Chelsea, if they have any dignity about them, yeah, honestly, they get a result and they'd win that game. If they had if Graham Potter had any tactical masterclass, yeah, in him, Chelsea, all that lot here that you talk about, yeah, if they had any dignity about them.
Listen, to be fair to him, even at his height, he was always going on winning streaks and losing streaks, just like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's a better coach than Ole, right? No doubt. But he always goes on a winning streak and a losing streak. Remember, it was only last season where Brighton fans were going crazy at him. Do you know when
I know.
They didn't win in 11 games. 0 wins in 11 games. They just draw so many games. Brighton.
Yeah.
And I thought Arsenal got away with them on the other night because 3-2, 10 minutes to go, it could have been a different game, man.
We had a lot of tough games at the start of the season. I feel like we played them at the right time. You know, okay, Brentford, we lost that game.
You know what? I'm not going to lie to some United fans going, oh, we're going to us. I'm not that scared of them. I think United can get a result at the Highbury. I think that at the Emirates, I think United can get a result.
Well, Ten Hag has beaten him. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those situations. Ten Hag has beaten him already. He's done it already. You know what I mean? Big up Carrick as well. Apparently, he's doing a good job at Middlesbrough as well. Kieran McKenna, I think he's doing the same. Michael Carrick, man, fair play, man. Doing a good job. Amad Diallo. Let's speak about him. Amad Diallo, man. Next season, man.
Yeah. For me, people are like, send him alone in the Premier League. Nah, I want him back, mate. I want him back next season.
I want him back.
Listen, Anthony needs a competition, mate. Sorry. Anthony needs competition, mate.
Anthony definitely needs competition. If Anthony can get competition, Amad Diallo there. Listen, a top team, that's been fighting for trophies, always have competition. You never ever not have competition,
especially in attacking areas. 100%.
Yeah, 100%, man. So I feel like for me, it has to be get Amad Diallo back in because this guy Amad Diallo can play on the right. He can play as a false 9. He can play in the 8 position, bro. This guy is so multifaceted. I've seen him pick up positions. I'm like, bro, this guy's going everywhere, man.
Yeah.
He's everywhere. You know what I mean? So. You know, it's gonna be an interesting night tomorrow night. Like I said, I'm gonna be checking my phone as well, seeing the Arsenal result. It's gonna be a good one. And like I said, United would get their job over the line, do what they need to do, and that's all that kind of matters for United at the minute. There's no point looking around saying what are these lot doing. We've got to do our job, and that's what we've never ever been able to do. Nordin, do our job. And that game, like I said, that's why it was so big. When I was there at the ground, should have seen the relief with the fans, but it was so like frustrating to watch. But the relief was amazing, man. Amazing. Like, see the fans singing, you know what I mean? After that, everyone goes home. It's a good feeling, man, when you get the 3 points. And like I said, to go into that Manchester derby, knowing that we're at home and we can win City, it's a big feeling. Like, it's not it's not going to be the training ground that they once had. Like, you know, that idea that needs to stop as well, because if it's another training ground, bloody hell, mate, that will absolutely infuriate me, man. Because one thing you can't have is not be competing in a derby. You've got to compete. You've got to compete in a derby.
Listen, if Man United come back and beat Man City, I'll take away the bottle job. I'll put that. I'll put it in the cupboard. You know that tag, bottle job tag. I'll put it in the cupboard if they win. If they win, for me, it's not about. I'll celebrate any derby, but to me, I'm still fuming. I'm still, because I don't give a damn what anybody said.
I still think that was a bit of a harsh reality in terms of that derby. You know why it was harsh? We came back after 4 weeks straight into that derby. I don't think they were ready for that derby, if I'm being honest with you. I think they caught us at the wrong time.
So there's no excuses. I've seen Crystal Palace do something this season. I've seen Crystal Palace push them. I've seen Brentford win. I saw Everton get a draw. So for me, I get every week by week I get vindicated. because to me that was cowardly. They just cowardly rolled over. Cowardly.
Quickly, just before we wrap up, give me your team for tomorrow. Your team. Give me your 1 to 11.
Well, hopefully, if Martinez comes back, Luke Shaw left back, and that's it. The back four as it is, because I don't want, if it's a hamstring tear, I don't want Diego Dalot being rushed back.
Yep.
And we start with that. Maybe he's on the bench. He's on the bench to get Diego Dalot back on the bench. But I'll start Martinez tomorrow. He's been back for a couple of days now. And then midfield, I would definitely start with Fred.
Fred and Casemiro, yeah, for me.
Yeah, Fred and Casemiro. And then obviously Bruno. But I'll have them playing as a 3, other than Bruno as a number 10. I'll have them 3.
Yeah,
3. So
3.
Bruno playing a bit more from deep to build the play up a little bit. And then obviously Rashford on the left. You know what, actually? No, I'll put Anthony on the bench, you know. I'll play Rashford on the right, Garnacho on the left. We're at home, mate. Go for it. Go for it. Give him the ball.
I would personally stick with the back 5. I think I bring Martinez back in for the Everton game. Personally, I'll stick with the back 5. Fred, Casemiro, Bruno, Anthony, Martial, Rashford. I keep the same front 3. So
I wouldn't play Anthony. I'll give Garnacho, mate. Honestly, I'll give Garnacho because
Garnacho wasn't better than Anthony. He was
probably, he was. You know what? Listen, watching it, he was in the first half.
He used to help Malacia out, man. At least Anthony helped out Wan-Bissaka. That Garnacho kid, you've got to help him out. Expose Malacia every single time. He used to help out, man. It's only one side of the game. There's 2 sides of the game, you know.
So, 100%. No, listen, 100% on that. And it's always the defensive aspect, attacking plays. That's when they learn the most. The defensive. But on the ball side, I expect us to have the ball tomorrow more than them. And,
of course.
And I want him to go at it and then take him off, bring Anthony on afterwards.
There you go. So, listen, man, hopefully we get the win. Nuruddin, it's been a pleasure. Over 600 of you in the chat. We expect at least 300 likes, people. Guys, if you're watching right now, I want you to do one thing. Go on the bottom of your screen, hit the like button, press the thumbs up button, people. It's so important you do that. Big up to the community. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to United Real Therapy. Come over right now. We're going to be talking about the game tomorrow. And yeah, man, Nuruddin, it's a pleasure. Are you at the game tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant.
Just don't want to get wet, man. If it starts raining again, man. Honestly, cycling in these winter
nights. Mate, I walked to the stadium last time and it was an absolute nightmare. Got soaked, mate. Absolutely soaked. But listen, man, big up to the community. We're out. Take care.